You're a coach, a consultant, a business owner who wants to actually sell what it is you're doing. But you might be struggling. You might have a product or a service or some sort of package or program, but you're having trouble actually enrolling people into your vision. You're having trouble actually creating the sales conversations to even enroll your clients in the first place. Or maybe you didn't even know that a sales conversation was necessary. In 2019, I had the book, I had the courses, I had the program that I could guide people through, but I didn't have the clients. And in order to be successful as a coach, you have to know how to sell. But we've never been taught how to sell. College never taught us, school never taught us, our parents likely never taught us. So it's up to me to help you learn how to sell. I've been in sales since I was 18 years old, and I've learned a few things during that time that have helped me through this journey. And when it comes to selling your coaching packages and services, it really comes down to one thing that's most important after you have the package and after you have the product that you want to sell. And the most important piece is you have to have the traffic for your product. And when it comes to traffic, I mean eyeballs actually on what it is you're offering, eyeballs on your product, eyeballs on your service, really being known in the space that you're in, because it's going to be really difficult to sell what it is you're doing if nobody even knows you exist. And that was the situation that I was in back in 2019. I realized, hey, if I want to fill my live events, if I want to actually sell my book, if I actually want to enroll clients, then I've actually got to get people who are seeing what it is that I do. So I started to focus on a social media strategy. And it really wasn't much of a strategy back then because I was on practically every platform. I was trying to post every single day, which was a nightmare because, just imagine posting on every single platform, trying to get a post in every day. But it was better than nothing. And I started to actually get eyeballs on what it is I did. My friends, my family knew what I did, but it doesn't matter if your friends and family know what you do. It matters if your ideal client knows what you do. And I've talked a lot about this in past videos and past broadcasts that you can go check out if you go to any of my past broadcasts about how to find your ideal client. Because in order to get eyeballs on what it is you do, you really have to know who is your ideal client, where are they spending their time? Because there's two types of traffic that you want to start to develop immediately. The first type of traffic is inbound. Now, this is the long-term approach. Inbound traffic looks something like this. You create a post on social media. So you might make a YouTube video, you might make a LinkedIn post, you might post a picture or a video on Instagram. And then you see the little message icon light up and you're like, oh, this is really cool. You go check the message and it's from a prospective client. And the client says, Brandon, I would love for you to help me. I'm actually going through the same exact thing that you mentioned in that post. And I was wondering if maybe you could help me to solve my problem. That's the first form of traffic. That's the best form because you didn't really have to do anything aside from making the post in order to attract that client. I call that the client attraction system. Now, that's a longer term thing. People have to know you, people have to like you, and people have to trust you. And even if you've never personally talked to these individuals, you will still get messages because when someone looks at your content for the course of 1 month, 2 months, 4 months, 5 months, sometimes even sooner, especially if you're solving a problem that they know they have and they know that you can help them solve, then they're going to message you and you're going to have clients coming right in through your inbox. At a certain point in your career, maybe a couple of years in, all of your business can be inbound traffic. But a lot of coaches think that all they do is make posts and enroll clients from people who message them. News alert. No one is going to message you at the very beginning of you creating content and you starting your social media strategy. No one knows you yet. No one likes you. And especially no one trusts you. It might be a little harsh to say that no one likes you. You might be a very likable person, but if someone doesn't know for sure and has absolute certainty that you can solve the problem that they have, it's going to be a tough time to enroll that person. Okay. So inbound is a longer term approach. Now, when I work with clients, especially the clients who want to see results immediately within the first month, they want to get their investment back that they pay me to work with them and help them with, then I recommend to everyone outbound leads. This is the second form of traffic, outbound traffic. This is you going out there, starting conversations and engaging with your ideal client. And then from that conversation, you lead them to a call. You lead them to a Zoom session or a virtual coffee session, or maybe if you're doing this in person and you're working B2B, then maybe you're going there and actually sitting down with your prospective client. But I recommend Outbound to everybody at the beginning because that's you putting in your time and trading your time for money. But think about this. If you spend 2 weeks going for a new outbound client and you're surfing on LinkedIn, you're looking through tags on Instagram, starting conversation after conversation, and it takes you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 4 weeks to enroll a client, but the cost of your program is $5,000 to $10,000, you've spent 1 month enrolling one client for $5,000 to $10,000. That might be all that you need. So obviously, it's important for you to know your margins. It's important for you to understand how much money you need to survive. Or maybe you're in a position similar to where I was, where I had a full-time job where I was earning great income and I was building my coaching business in the off hours when I wasn't working for that company. So I could take a little bit more time to find clients because I had a full-time income. However, if you're a coach and you know you can help people, you've already got a product, a service, a program, a package. If you don't, look at one of my past broadcasts. But when you're going outbound and you know your numbers, you know your margins, you can actually figure out how many messages you must send in order to create a sales conversation. And then once you have enough sales conversations, you know how many of those you must have in order to create a client. At this point, 1 in 4 sales conversations will turn into a high ticket client for most of the people that I work with. At the beginning, you might have 10 conversations and not sign up anybody. But what happens is once you sign up your first client and enroll your first high ticket client, it just becomes so much easier because now you have certainty in the fact that you're able to actually do this. And then you're excited. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to go on Sales Navigator. I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to go on Facebook and find more people to start conversations with because I know I can help people. And at that point, you help the person. You deliver the highest and greatest level of value for that human being. And then at the very end of you helping them, you say, hey, Trisha, how did this go for you the last 3 months of me working with you? She's going to be like, oh my God, it was great. Thank you so much for everything. These were the results that I got. Right? Now, you got to make sure you're actually delivering results, but I know that you are someone who is an expert at what you do and will deliver results. So Trisha will give you a testimonial. You can hop on a Zoom call, do a quick testimonial call, ask her about the results she got, how it was working with you, things like that. And now you can display your testimonials. And when you're in the sales conversations with people, you can actually talk to them. Hey, I helped somebody who is in a very similar situation as you to get the same exact result that you're looking for, to lose weight or to make more money or to get more clarity or whatever it is you help them with. If you're a life coach, financial coach, a fitness coach, whatever it is, if you have other people you've helped who are similar to that person, it's only going to make it easier for you to enroll more clients. And depending on the level of service you're providing, you might only be able to handle 5 clients, 10 clients. Like I will have no more than 8 to 10 clients at one time who are one-on-one, because any more than that, and it's really hard for me to serve those people at the highest level with what the program that I serve people with what it entails. So you just have to figure that out for yourself. And just remember this, the more offers that you make, the more of your program you will sell. Sales is a very simple game. It's called the numbers game. The more people you talk to, the more sales conversations you will have as a result. And the more sales conversations that you have, the more clients you will enroll that you will then get testimonials from. You might re-sign those clients. They'll start referring their friends and people to you. And that's when, after you go outbound, that's when the inbound leads start to do their part. Now, obviously, there's other ways you can do this. You could do paid advertisements. You could do Facebook ads, Google ads, LinkedIn ads, whatever it is. They all work. But you need to know how to do this organically, which means you actually spending the time to do it before you go out there and start putting all this money towards advertisements. Think of organic as the fire. Okay, organic meaning you're trading your time for money. Think of organic as the fire. Paid ads is the gasoline that you pour over the fire. But if the fire is not burning too brightly, or if the fire is not burning at all, you're going to be pouring gasoline over bare logs. You got to have the foundation for this first. And if you're not great at having these sales conversations, or I would even recommend rewording that entirely to enrollment conversations. If you're not having a lot of those, and if you're not comfortable with those, you got to get comfortable with those. Because if you're not able to sell, if you're someone who says, oh, sales just isn't for me, Brandon, you're going to have to figure it out, because you're in business. And one of the number one skills you must have in business is sales. And at some point, you can hire somebody like a virtual assistant or an outside media agency to actually do the outbound for you. But again, that can get expensive, especially if you aren't bringing in clients. And in order to tell these individuals what it is you want and to be sure they're doing it at the highest quality possible, it's important for you to know what you're doing before you do anything like that. So really, the key is to get traffic, to get eyeballs on your offer. Inbound traffic is the long term. Outbound is how you can get results and enroll clients in the short term. On whatever platform you're focusing on, start having as many enrollment conversations as possible. Lead them to a call, lead them to a Zoom call, have that conversation, and then make your offer. So I want to know, which of these tips was most helpful for you when it comes to actually selling your coaching services? We talked about inbound leads, outbound leads, having the conversations. Go to the comments. Let me know which was most helpful for you, and most importantly, which one you will implement. And if you want to go deeper into this concept, then click the first link in the description below, and I'll send you a free copy of my Sell Your Expertise Impact Accelerator Playbook, which guides you through the entire process of starting your coaching business, setting up your social media, your branding, finding your ideal clients, packaging your services, pricing your services, all that fun stuff, as well as actually enrolling clients. I'll send you a free copy once you enter your email and hit submit. And as always, check out these videos next if you liked this one, because you're going to love these ones if you did. And thank you so much for watching. And until we talk again next time, continue to be better.